Among those calling for the removal of President Trump this week, Congressman Charlie Crist. He represents Florida's 13th congressional district, which covers Pinellas County from Clearwater to St. Petersburg. He was also Florida's 44th governor and previously served as the state's attorney general and education commissioner, and he served in the Florida Senate. Congressman Crist, welcome back to Florida this week. Thank you for coming on.
Rob, it's great to be with you. Thank you, sir.
Did members of Congress feel like their lives were in danger on Wednesday?
No question about it. I mean, my goodness, 5 people have now lost their lives as a result of what happened last Wednesday. That's shocking, disappointing to say the least, and just unconscionable. I don't think any of us, Rob, could have imagined what we witnessed Wednesday, and it was horrific. And I can't wait for the new administration to come into office with Joe Biden's leadership.
You've called for the 25th Amendment to be implemented, the president be removed on Monday. As many outlets are reporting, the House will introduce articles of impeachment. I take it that you're in favor of articles of impeachment. Why do you think that Trump should be removed?
I think he's unstable. I think he did incite, as you said in your introductory piece, what happened on Wednesday in the United States Capitol. It's an amazing series of events, Rob, and we're at that point where, people say it's only X number of days before he's out of office. Well, let's remember, Wednesday was only one day, and it took only one day for what we all witnessed to happen. Any more one days that he's in office is a danger to the future of America.
What's the worst? What do you fear if the president were to remain in office for the next week and a half? What's the worst he could do?
A lot. And I almost don't want to speculate on what the worst could be. But I did see recently that Speaker Pelosi communicated with the head of the Joint Chiefs to try to make sure that he doesn't have the nuclear codes. That all speaks for itself.
This mob that invaded the Capitol, how would you describe the ideology that they represent?
It's hard for me to describe because it's so irrational. It's hard for me to ever describe something that I don't comprehend or understand. And when you have people that are trying to overthrow our own government, the most precious government, beacon of freedom on the face of the planet, in the history of the planet, I can't describe that in any rational way whatsoever. It's all irrational, unconscionable, and deplorable to me. It's beyond the pale.
Do you think our democracy is at risk now that you've got 20 or 40,000 people coming to D.C. on Wednesday doing this, a portion of them going into the Capitol, and then you've got 45% of Republicans, rank and file Republicans, saying they don't believe the election results? Is our democracy at risk?
Democracy is always at risk. I mean, it is something that we always need to be vigilant about protecting, about cherishing, about appreciating that we have it in America. So it's always at risk, quote unquote. But it's been more at risk this past week than we've seen in probably our country's history. And so I think people take this extremely seriously, as we all should. That's why I've called for the president to be removed from office. That's why I think we are entering articles of impeachment as well, if not through the 25th Amendment, being able to do this. And I think there's never been a more serious juncture in our lives, and nor a greater threat to democracy than what we witnessed this week from, I take an oath, the president took an oath, that we would protect the United States Constitution from all enemies, foreign or domestic. Well, we saw a lot of domestic terrorism this week, and that's very sad.
And what charges would you like brought against those people that did enter the Capitol illegally?
Well, I don't know what the specific ones would be, but clearly, there was an assault on the seat of democracy on the planet and in our nation's capital, and damage done, vandalism, lives were lost. So there's a whole array of different offenses that could be brought to bear here and need to be.
There's some chatter on right-wing websites right now saying that the same group of people that was there on Wednesday plan to return for the inauguration. I don't know if you've seen some of that reporting, but do you think that right now, from what we know, is the inauguration going to be a safe event?
Well, who knows? I mean, how can you establish that or state that without question? That's all kind of been thrown out. that's, of course, what we hope and we pray for, by the grace of God, that it's a safe event. The hopefully after last week, a more peaceful transition of power. But I hope for that, Rob. I pray for that. That's what America deserves. That's what the world should see. And it should be a peaceful, solemn event of a new administration, thank God, coming into office.
Well, Charlie Crist, I'm glad you're safe. Thanks for coming on Florida This Week.
A pleasure, sir. Great to be with you. Thank you so much.